Hello and welcome to this episode of Grant-o-nese Cooking.
I'm eating Grant-o-nese, it's delicious. I'm eating Grant-o-nese, it's nutritious.
Where I'm going to cook my famous Sha Seng fish head soup. Sha Seng is more commonly known to us Westerners as Sandy from the classic show Monkey Magic, or in Chinese, the classic book Journey to the West. What you need for this recipe is one very nice fish head, which also basically doubles as stock, but contains some beautiful cheek meat, the beautiful eyeball, and plus the gills and the tongue. For this recipe though, I'm also going to add just a handful of seafood flakes. Later on in the recipe, I'll also add some egg, some chopped ginger, some mushroom, some spring onion, and some tofu. Now you can keep this recipe as simple as you want to. Some people only have fish heads and the tofu, but I'm just going to make it just a little bit more intricate, a little bit more flavoursome, but you can turn it into whatever you want. Remember, Grant-o-nese Cooking, it's up to you. I just provide the basis. A tip before you start is to wash the fish head and to dry it first. So just to wash it, to get out some of the seawater and to make it nice and fresh, but then dry it off also. The first major step in this recipe is to lightly fry the fish head in a wok with the chopped up ginger, and also maybe add in just a little bit of salt. Be careful to fry both sides of the fish head and do not rush it. Gently fry it. Add a little bit of salt just to help to bring out the flavour. And remember to just gently fry the fish head on both sides. Now that the fish head has been lightly fried, I'm going to add water to cover it. Basically the water is the actual soup base, and then add in some mushroom also. So I'm going to add in the mushroom, add in enough water to cover as much as I can. Remembering that the fish head itself is a stock. Remember, you're cooking soup usually not just for yourself, but for your friends, your family. And then we're just going to cover it over lightly and simmer it until the water turns white. I can smell that fresh fish wafting as it's simmering. Now, while the fish is simmering, I'm going to scramble some eggs, but then actually fry them. So I've scrambled my eggs. Now I'm going to just gently fry the egg, almost make like an egg pancake. So I'll let that cook for a little while on one side, and then I'll flip it. You can see now that my egg's turning into like a pancake. I should be able to get under that actually fairly easily, and then flip it. When it's finished cooking on both sides, then you just chop it up into very, very thin slices. We'll add it into the soup later. Grant-o-nese for the win. We've let the soup simmer for a while. The water's turned white. The head has also turned white of the fish. Now we're just going to let it cool down for a little while to get it ready for the tofu and the seafood flakes and the egg. Look at that. If you could only understand and smell what I'm smelling, it is delicious. Now that the soup is cooled down, it's time to add the tofu, the seafood flakes, and the delicious egg. Let's do it. Follow me. I'll pick it up on my pizza board here. Add it to the soup. And then we will boil it again. And then we will boil it again. Get it up to temperature and cook it through. The other vegetables and the tofu and the egg basically add a little bit more density to the actual soup, but believe you me, it's got such a strong fish flavour. You know that I say quite often, but don't forget to put the lid onto the pan to retain those delectable juices. As you cook it, you'll probably find that the head is actually separated. This is actually not a bad result actually. Separated maybe into 2 or 3 pieces, which will help to spread the flavour around, the stock around. And the good thing is, you can share the head then with all your other guests. Now that the soup is cooked, it's time to put it into a big bowl and get it ready to serve. We're going to pour the soup into a big serving bowl first, making sure that we get the delectable, delicious and divine fish heads out. You see how they've gone really soft, gone through all the stock in the soup. And making sure that we get all the chunks, all the deliciously cooked. Whoops, we made just a little bit too much, but that's okay because I'm going to have a bowl now. And on top of that, we can sprinkle just a little bit of spring onion to actually give it just a little bit more punch. And there we have it, folks, some delicious Sha Seng fish head soup. Another fantastic Grant-o-nese recipe, easy to make, cheap to make, but so good on the taste buds. Until next time, folks. Yeah.